Hi, folks. You're with Tacitus today. Tacitus today, your pushback channel. And thank you for joining this audio, radio, no pictures live stream. Please listen to this presentation as you would a radio broadcast and listen to it in your car or truck as you're driving along, or put in those earbuds and listen to it on public transport. In this presentation, I'd like to talk about the 2025 project, the sort of propaganda that's going around, and this sort of view or this the paradigm of, is the cup half full or half empty, depending on one's perspective. Now, I'm going to talk about the exact same law that people can read the law and they'll read the same sentence or the same piece of text and will have a completely different view about what it means. Now, let's suppose the piece of text says, and we will genocidally murder the whole population of the world. Now, everyone can agree, well, gee, that doesn't sound so good. So we'd all be in agreement there. But there's other things that today, in today's sort of ideological, emotional, politically charged environment, particularly where the globalists control the information flow or most of it, that the 2025 project talks about stopping illegal immigration. And now, to someone like me and many people, I will say illegal. Remember, this is illegal immigration, stopping illegal. Well, gee, that seems okay. I mean, that's what I mean. Aren't we supposed to abide by the law? Isn't it everyone's duty to abide by the law? That's why countries have laws. And these people that may scream about no one's illegal, if the bad guys come after them with a weapon of some sort, they'll be screaming for the police. The law, the law, the law, the law is going to protect me. Go and get that guy. It's the law. And so they'll do that. But they believe the laws only apply in certain circumstances, and they should be ideologically contrived, applied, and used. So when I see the line that we're going to stop illegal immigration, which is part of, not in that wording exactly, but part of the 2025 project, which is, you can find it on the Heritage Foundation website, which is a fairly bland document, by the way. I wouldn't rate any of it as controversial. So stop illegal migration. So I see this, okay, well, abiding by the law, enforcing the law, there's nothing wrong with that. But someone on the other side, well, it's racist, it's fascist, it's xenophobic, it's Hitler, it's Hitler thrice, and so it becomes a very emotional. Okay, well, why is it? Well, it's just is. No human being is illegal, but they're breaking the law. Why shouldn't the law apply to them as it does to you and me? Oh, it's not the same. It's Hitler. And they can't answer it, and they don't know. It's a very emotional position that they don't understand, and they just regurgitate globalist talking points, which again shows just how successful the globalist propaganda machine's been, whether it's through the news or they use the conduit of college academics to address that. So is the cup half full or half empty? It's half full. Well, gee whiz, we're going places here. It's half empty. Oh, that's terrible. We haven't got enough in the cup. So you can have the same thing, cup half full, empty, and it could be seen from different perspectives. There was a sales seminar that a company I work for sent me to a gazillion years ago, and there was a guy who was talking about two, and this is I think a well-known story. This one was talking about two salesmen were sent to Arabia, and one came back. They're shoe salesmen working for a shoe company, and one came back and says, "Well, it's hopeless. There's nothing. Nobody wears shoes there. We can't sell anything." The other guy comes back. "This is a fantastic opportunity. Nobody wears shoes there." And this sort of thing of the same position or the same words or the same law, but seen from totally different perspectives. Now, after the attempted assassination of Trump, I was later on went down to the store and I go. This is a store I go to pretty regularly. There's sort of youngish girls who work on like the checkout or work, putting stuff on the shelves or whatever. And because I'm a regular, they sort of know me in a way, say hello, and we make small talk, talk about the weather, that type of thing, or they may say that they've joined like a sports team or something like that, and so I nod and smile, and oh, that's nice, and really that's the kind of the end of it. But they're both at the two I'm thinking of. They're both at university studying like some sort of sociology bullshit, and they're being filled. Their heads are being filled with all sorts of globalist nonsense, and so anyway, we're so I turn up and they say, "Oh, did you hear about the this Trump business?" I said, "Yeah, I heard about it." No, I don't talk about my politics to anybody. I keep this very much to myself, and very, very small circle of people I know. But anyway, she responds straight away before I just said, "Oh, no." So, yeah, I have. She, oh, it was staged. It was staged because it can't be real, because he just wants more votes because because he knows he'd lose to Biden, who's such an incredible candidate. Now, again, I didn't want to give too much away, or so. Dad, it was staged, as I understand it. The bullet actually hit him. Oh yeah, but that was still all staged. It was probably fake blood, and all my friends. So since she says all my friends on social, I don't know what social media platform she's on. All my friends on social media say so, and she's got her mobile phone, which she whips out and goes and reads out a couple of things which are along the lines that she said. It's all staged, and also a pity they missed, and some very unpleasant things. So. She then adds, that it's they should have taken him out. I said, oh, why do you say that? Again, I'm playing dumb here. Oh well, he's a threat to democracy. Oh wow, okay. No, that's a straight out globalist talking point. So I posited the question. Well, if he goes to an election. So an election where he's voted for, a democratic election, voting for by the people who vote for him, that is democracy, isn't it? Oh, not if he wins it, it's not. Well, what if Biden wins it? That is democracy. I know. If Biden wins, it's democracy. So okay. Now she doesn't see any sort of conflict of point of view here or contradiction or anything like that. Now, bear in mind, she's not thinking it through. She's just regurgitating talking points and not, so, well, everyone else is saying it, so it must be right, so I don't need to understand it. I don't need to justify it. I don't need to ask sort of questions. Anyway, her friend this other girl turns up. I think she's like a year older or something. And now the other friend sort of says the same thing. They've both got the same attitude. They must be doing the same gender studies fucking course or something. But they both come out with the same thing, that killing Trump will save democracy. How will it save democracy? Oh, I don't know. It just will. I've heard somewhere that it will, and that's the extent of their understanding. They've got no idea. They're not thinking it through. And neither of them really have the brain power. Oh, one of them maybe, but really they don't have the brain power to comprehend any of the issues. So I tried to talk about, just quickly with, because they're very much into this, evil straight white males crap. Why are you unable to buy a house? Why can you not find a boyfriend who's got any money? Why can you not find a boyfriend who's got anything resembling a career or going playing? Why is that? Do you think? I don't know. It's just how things are. What do you think, like mass migration or those sort of things might have anything to do with it? What do you mean? Well, it's got nothing to do with it. Well, it's making the price of real estate more expensive. So isn't that an issue as to why you can't afford? No. Why would that be? Well, you're not Hitler, are you? And that's so you can't even have a conversation. They've got no comprehension of it. So now coming back to the 2025 project. Now I won't go through it all here. I might do another video about it. But the 2025 project is is really about how to get America, you could even say the wider West, back on track. It's stopping illegal migration, stopping mass migration, having skilled migration. Nothing controversial there at all. That's perfectly normal. Yet it's depicted as self-evident that skilled migration is fascist, Nazi, Hitler, fucking xenophobic behavior. That's what it is. Well, how is it xenophobia? It doesn't matter how. It just is. And so they're presenting it as a done deal. Any government that wants to have the stop illegal migration, A, and B, change the migration plan to being skilled migration, must be Hitler. That's it. That's it. End of discussion. Nothing more to talk about. So it's delivered with, and if Donald Trump becomes president, he wants to stop illegal migration. Oh, everybody fall about on the floor. What's wrong with that? So it then goes on to the the weather bureaus have all been taken over by or stacked with activists that do nothing but talk about climate change, Armageddon type stuff. So the 2025 project talks about you can't reform these organisations anymore, so you got to close them down and start again. I'm paraphrasing there, but that's the gist of it, because you got to get rid of the activists. The weather bureaus are meant to call the weather and not push globalist, panic mongering propaganda. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm fine with that. How did the propagandists get in there in the first place? But the other side say, no, we have to, because we have to scare the crap out of people using the propaganda. So what if there's some exaggeration? So what if there's some huge exaggeration? It doesn't matter, because the planet's going to end in the next 5 minutes. And therefore, we need to run as many scare stories as we can. The only way to do that is to stack all these agencies with activists, and that's all fine. So what the planet's going to end in 5 minutes? Why are all these rich folks like Obama and so on, why are they all buying waterfront property? That doesn't matter, you Nazi, shut up. Yeah. So again, very emotional take on it. But so the education department needs to be shut down, or as in replaced with an objective body of people who are dedicated to education, instead of pushing LGBTQ and trans or whatever propaganda. Again, this is seen as something that only Hitler on steroids would do. Do you mean the education department focuses on education? That's radical, that only Hitler would do. I mean, you're kidding me, right? But that's how they see it, or how they've been trained to see it, maybe is a better way, and how they're told every night through the social media channels and the mass media channels that that's only something Hitler would do. And there's other stuff, but along the same line, very banal stuff. The education department should be committed to education. The Weather Bureau should be committed to talking about and analysing the weather. The immigration should be skilled immigration that are needed in the American economy. Illegal migrants should be expelled. So none of this is, in my view, even slightly controversial. This is how we should. We're only correcting how far the policies and practices have veered off course. I mean, obviously the education department should be concerned with education, but it's not what these people see. No, the education department should be a conduit for delivering social change. It should be that, because before we talked about LGBTQ in schools, everybody was Hitler. And this again is something that's pushed. Until there's laws saying that if you protected groups like black lesbians and so on, every group must be, or no group must be protected. So if you criticize white people and call them Hitler, then the police will be knocking on your door. Same as if you misgender somebody, you use the wrong pronoun, the police will be on your door. Well, the police will be on your door. You call that white guy a Nazi or a fascist or a xenophobe or this or that or hate, or then they'll be at your door. And when that happens, that takes away 90% of the power of the activists and the globalists, because they can lob hand grenades at white people all day long, and there's nothing white people can do, particularly straight white males, in return. And you see this in the application of the law. People around here get their house robbed or their car stolen or this or that. The police are barely interested. But one retarded woman calls the police and says that her boyfriend or something's being violent to her. Then you'll get 2 police cars full of cops, and the paddy wagon and the whole box and dice will turn up. And you can see their priorities. It's certainly not law and order. It's ideology. Race and gender and sexuality and those ideologies are 100% protected and have the full force and all the resources of the state. Look at the assassination attempt on Trump. I just want you to consider that, the leading candidate for or the Republican nominee and the leading candidate for president of the United States is subject to an assassination attempt. And look at the media there. Yet you only need one white cop to be in a struggle with a black career criminal, and it is screaming headline news with all sorts of moral and righteous indignation. Look at the difference. Trump's not getting anywhere near the coverage of all these many different incidents that have been in the news whenever there's a gender issue or a race issue to be hustled and pushed. So and I was amazed at, well, not amazed, no, I was surprised at these two girls. That, I mean, remember, they're in Australia, not in the United States, who have been de facto politicized by the university system, and to some extent, I suppose, even high school. None of them are bright enough to have made it through senior high school. They would have flunked out of junior high school in the real days. So the bar's been lowered so girls like that can get to senior high school, and then lowered again so they can get to college, and it'll be lowered again and they'll be gifted a degree. They'll be in substantial debt for it. But they don't. So they see all their problems, and they live aimless lives. They've got no future in mind. They just aimlessly wandering. That's the patriarchy did that, or Hitler did it, or they've got no idea of what's happening or why it's happening. Well, don't you feel uncomfortable about the student debt you're going to have? Oh yeah, but that's only because of Hitler or something. Again, they've got no comprehension of what's going on, and they just spew these talking points. And if the talking points are, well, it's all Hitler's fault, then that's it. Then that's the extent of their analysis of the predicament that they're in. You've been with Tacitus today, your Pushback channel, and thank you for listening.